Cool.
We are good.
So if you're gonna have a kitchen, you gotta have a pantry. So that's more than enough for one person. Two people can get by pretty well for a couple weeks on this thing.
There you go.
So I've got all that. So for a kitchen, I've got an 8-foot cooktop. 8-foot countertop. I've got 2 burner stoves, refrigerator, freezer, deep stainless steel sink, and I've got 3 feet of room to move around. Most vans, you end up getting a little bitty thing, and you have to stand right here and do all your cooking. You have to convert something. I don't have to convert anything. The whole van is a kitchen when I need a kitchen, and I've got everything you've got in your kitchen. So this is awesome. So you get through cooking, the day's over with, it's time to go to bed. We need to convert this whole kitchen into a whole bedroom. So proud to death of this stupid little block of wood with a beveled edge on it, because I had to figure out how to hold that piece up. That does it perfect, and it's very secure. I can ride down the road, it won't go anywhere. So these 2 doors aren't actually doors, they're hinged at the top, and they become the legs for the bed. And then this is the same mattress they give us at the fire department. It's 80 inches long like a queen, so it's a grown-up twin bed. The difference is I've got an insert that fits back here, so when I'm with the girlfriend, I can sleep here, and it's giving me somewhere to put my arm. She sleeps here. She's a little bee thing, more than enough room. 2 pillows across the back. We've got a very comfortable bed for 2. But it's the only high-end mattress I've ever owned in my life, and I can sleep 10 hours in this van. I can't sleep 10 hours anywhere else.
That is spectacular.
So,
talk about tiny home.
Yeah, so
tiny home on wheels.
So when that bed's folded down, my 8-foot kitchen counter becomes an 8-foot nightstand. I charge my phones and everything here. I put this here, and I put this here. So when it's time to go to sleep at night, my lights are remote control, and they're not gonna work for the video.
You got a TV in here?
Oh, there it is. No, I don't watch TV.
Oh.
And then I've got 2 roof vents, and I can take the one you're standing under and suck air out. All I have to do is open this one, and that creates a vacuum, and it pulls cool night air right down on top of me. So I'll cool it off with the air conditioner before I go to bed through that door. When I shut that door, it maintains the temperature back here till probably 3 in the morning, usually even in August, and because I've got so much insulation. And then when I do wake up warm, the outside air is cool enough that these vents cool me off great. So now it's my bedrooms, because the bed's folded down. This is my nightstand, so you gotta have a closet. So I've got a closet for one guy. I've got 40 hangers in here. There's a 3-piece suit, a sports coat, some bougie golf clothes, all my UV fishing stuff. I keep my nicer shoes up here just so they don't get scuffed up, because my other shoes go down in that hole and they're just kind of thrown in there, so you don't want to put your dress shoes in that. But again, I'm not anal, but you have to be organized in a small space. So I found these baskets, but I can put 4 stacks of 9 t-shirts. I get 36 t-shirts in that little drawer, and no man needs more than 36 t-shirts. And then the shorts and bathing suits at the bottom. So it's the same wardrobe you'd have at your house, just a little bit smaller. My thing I tell people is I've got everything you have in your house except for square footage. Bathroom, if you want to discuss that, P-Joe, this is the greatest bathroom in the world. Because it always smells like laundry detergent, and by the time it doesn't smell like laundry detergent, you got to empty one because you've been doing laundry, so you get a clean one. And then for the other, there's my laundry bucket actually has the ability to put a toilet seat on it. I've been in the van for almost 2 years, never had to do that in the van. So, but if it ever comes up, I can.
All right.
So we don't want to. So basically, besides the kitchen, which y'all saw, and the bedroom, it's all about storage, and I've got overhead cabinets all the way down. This is my work stuff for my business. And this cabinet up here, I've got 2 king size pillows, 2 standard pillows, an extra comforter. This thing goes all the way up to the front. It's huge storage. I call it the attic. And then if you're gonna live in a van, you don't want to just have the ability to live, you want to be like at home. So this is my car, this is my daily driver. It gets 22 miles to the gallon on the interstate, built out like this. It's amazing. Around town, maybe 15. So that's my car. This is my house. Come on, I'll show you my garage. The bike's not in here because this is the girlfriend's house, and we pedaled down to, we rode our bikes down to St. Pete, to town the other day to eat. But in here I've got golf clubs, the cooler that goes on my paddle board, some paddle board paddles, a couple camp chairs, life jackets. There's a generator behind the generator. There's tools, and I've got a fishing box that I keep extra fishing stuff in. The snorkel one's actually got extra gas and fuel and stuff. And there's a gas can in front of that. I got all my snorkel stuff. And typically I've got a bicycle that lives right here. I take the front tire off, both tires are back here, the front forks are up here, so it all fits. So not only do I have a way to go somewhere inexpensively, when I get there I've got stuff to do without spending money. So if it's ever a tight situation, you just need to get away, I don't have to worry about it's almost cheaper for me to go on a trip than it is to stay home, because I can bring my kitchen with me, I bring my bedroom with me, no need to eat out, no need for a hotel, and no need to rent or buy anything when I get there, because I've got all, you saw the fishing poles hanging inside, I've got everything I need for anything I want to do.
Wow. Wow and wow.
I probably should get the GoPro out of the hot back of the van.
Ha
So yeah, that's the whole shooting match. I've lived in it since March of 2019, so year and a half, coming up on 2 years. And if it was to tear up today, I'd spend the money to do it again tomorrow, because I can't imagine a better.
How long did it take you to put all that together? You designed it, you created it, you built it.
I started working on it in January. I probably spent a full month insulating it, because there's 31 cans of great stuff filling up every rib that I couldn't put styrofoam insulation in. The side walls have 3 inches of styrofoam insulation. The front and the back have 2. The roof has 1. The floor has a half. I spent more time insulating it than anything else. But once I moved into it in March with just the insulation done, and I had an air mattress on the floor and a plastic bin for clothes. And I lived in it because my lease ran up in my apartment in Atlanta. So I just moved in it instead of signing another lease. And by April, I had the floor, the cabinets, and the countertop in. And it was probably 4 or 5 months later when I got my electrical system. So I had a carboy under the cabinet that I pulled out and set up for water. I had battery powered lights that I ended up liking because they're remote control, so they're still in there. And then I got my temporary cooktops, which ended up being my permanent cooktop. So the only thing I didn't have was power for the refrigeration. So I was using the Yeti cooler, and I didn't have power for my roof vents. So that got a little miserable once it started getting warm. But once I got the power in, that made everything awesome.
So if someone were looking to do this, what might an investment be? Forget the cost of the van itself. What do you think somebody could do? It
depends on what someone we're talking about, because I bought the van for $22,500, which was a ridiculously lucky situation. But I have $7,000 in this whole build, including that roof rack. Let me show, while you're right there, don't move, don't move. One of the coolest things, I don't mean to change the subject. But if you put a paddleboard on top of an 8-foot roof, it's hard to get to unless you can bring the paddleboard down to you. So I took a ladder rack and modified it for a paddleboard. I put these L brackets on so I can set the board up there, center it up, tighten it up, and then when it's time to leave, the board just lives on the roof.
This is hysterical. Wow.
But yeah, I've got $7,000 in the bill because I did every single thing myself except for the wiring. I didn't trust myself wiring to the alternator up front. And so I did pay a guy to do that. I think it was $600. I gave him $7 because he went out of his way and made it look nice back there. But besides that, the rest of the $7,000 is just materials, and I did it one paycheck at a time. As money came in, I go buy something and work on it. And the other beauty of it is, I was a firefighter at a rural department with not a lot to do, so I built my whole van on duty.
Oh, don't tell them that.
At the fire department. I don't work there anymore. I don't care.
So
my county paid me to build my own house.
Would you recommend this to somebody?
Heck yes. If you've got the desire to go and do and see things and you don't have the financial ability, you got to think about it like this. If you were to go on a month-long round cross-country vacation, we want to see the Grand Canyon, you want to see Las Vegas, you want to drive up the Pacific Coast Highway, you're going to get a hotel room every night. You're going to spend thousands of dollars just on somewhere to lay your head down. I can try, like I said, I would come into Florida 7 times last year, 5 days at a time, and I would spend $150 on a 5-day trip to Florida. And so I was able to do it every 3 weeks. I didn't have to plan a twice-a-year vacation. I was able to do a vacation every 3 weeks. You know, every month, sometimes 2 a month.
Tell everybody your name.
Jean-Paul Swilly. I go by JP down here because it's just easier. Lost Boy Paddle, my paddleboard company. And I just started with what's called Closets by Design.
Yeah.
So if you need a custom closet,
yeah.
I'm the guy for that too. But look me up on Lost Boy Paddle.
Oh man, this is just so cool. We use a little visual here, and just kind of spectacular. Sneaking up on you.
No problem. You still filming?
I'm still filming.
Well, I better switch.